お前こそなかなか強いぜ。So there's been this Asian turf war that's been going on for a while now that I literally lose sleep over. There's even an entire episode of Anime Crimes Division about it. And, well, me being, well, me, people always ask.
So Iman, you speak Japanese. What's better, subs or dubs?
My answer is complicated. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Subs feel more real.
With dubs, I can keep up with the visuals rather than having to read.
Subs can use actual honorifics like san and kun instead of Mr. or Mrs., which helps match the tone of a person's relationship to one another.
Dubs are hilarious! Some of the translations are super funny.
And these are valid arguments. I can't say I agree or disagree right away. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break my video up into 3 parts. 1, anime that I prefer subbed. 2, anime that I prefer dubbed. And 3, how I think you should pick and choose. Let's begin. Subs. So my all-time favorite anime, Hunter x Hunter, came out with a dub a few years back, and it's actually pretty good. Gon sounds pretty good, Leorio sounds great, and so does Kurapika, but Killua's voice?
Then visualize discharging the stored electricity while refining my nen!
And Hisoka's voice?
What are you doing? Stand up, go.
Everyone's favorite character is
In the Japanese version, Killua is actually the funniest thing ever. He's a preteen child who could literally kill anyone who messes with him, and because of that, he lives with this carefree and confident attitude. He talks to adults the same way he talks to his best friend Gon. He brags about how cool he is. He looks down on idiots who are weaker than him. It's not that he's a jerk, he's a 12-year-old rich kid with ninja skills, and he sounds like it too. In the English dub, I didn't really get any vibe of confidence or carelessness from his voice. It just sounds like whatever. And that really sucks because I drop dead anytime Killua says or he tells Biscuit to shut up because he says it with the rudest tone possible. I'm not even gonna start talking about Hisoka's voice actor, dude. Like, he sounds like he can't, like he's constantly trying to contain his laughter. Like, you know?
Was that part of the...
No, I was
okay.
just...
But I love Torbjorn.
So, Hunter x Hunter, I prefer in Japanese. Lucky Star Z, I mean Nichijou, or My Ordinary Life, is an anime I like better subbed. It has a lot of visual comedy, which not a lot of anime has, and it also has old Japanese puns and proverbs. To top it all off, they add in personalities that you would see in your local Japanese town. See, Nichijou isn't set in a busy Tokyo-like setting, it feels more like my hometown of Hita, where it's a much smaller town with not a lot of big buildings. And a lot of the characters seem based off of stereotypical people you would meet in that neighborhood, like the crabby old lady that lives in the window, or the teachers that all act like actual teachers, not like this. Or Yuko, who's basically just my mom. Now, from what I know, Nichijou never got a dub, and if it got one, it would still be funny, but certain tones and puns would get lost in translation. Because the characters all scream and talk in strange and wacky ways, and the joke is that nobody in Japan usually expresses themselves like that. You see, at least in America, being loud is a common form of comedy. It ranges from good, like...
Huh. This is a new feeling. Pride in someone else. Unfortunately, it's overshadowed by all this unyielding rage!
Or bad, resulting in TV shows like Problem Solvers. So essentially, these characters all act like real people. Nobody in Japan acts like Naruto or like Luffy. Those are power fantasy characters. They're fantasy. So seeing these believable Japanese characters act wild and unbelievable is what makes Nichijou so genius. I'm not implying you have to be Japanese to enjoy Nichijou, but it definitely wouldn't be as powerful in English. Alright, on to dubs. Bakano, because Cowboy Bebop would be too easy. Bakano is a very Western-feeling anime, because it takes place in a fictional United States around the 1930s. It doesn't really use any anime tropes like the face or the stupid sweat drop gag. In Baccano, every character is like part of the Italian mafia or a Chicago mob boss or something, and the voice actors for them actually talk with those accents, which makes it feel more real!
Hey Iman, isn't that something that subbers always say?
Why, yes it is. And it fits the whole jazzy kind of theme that they're going for, almost like bebop. Try telling me that the Japanese Lad Russo sounds more realistic than the English Lad Russo. Just listen to these clips.
残念でした。平気平気。ピート・ハーマンよりは。あれ、まだ意識あんだ。やっぱ俺パンチ力ねえんだ。なあ、どうしてくれんだよ。
Nice try, slugger. Come on, put up your dukes. You think you're Pete Hammond? You're still conscious, huh, pal? I guess I have to work on my right hook. You're trying to make me look bad.
Now, not to say that I don't like Baccano in Japanese, it's still good, but let's look at an anime that I don't like in Japanese. Dragon Ball Z. Listen, I love Masako. She is great. She did a great Goku in early Dragon Ball when he was a kid. You know, he was innocent, he was cute, he was funny, but in Dragon Ball Z, Goku is an adult and he still sounds like a kid. And I get that inside Goku still is a kid. You know, he's not working, never doing anything responsible, constantly getting the world in danger, and is still really, really stupid. But it's annoying! And this is coming from one of the biggest man-children ever. He constantly talks with his stupid, childish accents, and I don't know how to explain it in English, but what if a grown, buff man constantly was like,
I like to save the world, I like to fight the yum-yums.
It's creepy, and some might argue that it's funny, but just remember that this is an action anime where Goku is this badass, super strong warrior who will save us all. It's disturbing, but on the flip side, English Goku is great. He still captures the innocent feel of Goku, who is still a heartwarming kid on the inside, but is much more gentle and feels more dependent. I feel okay letting this Goku save the world because in the dub, they make him look less stupid and more like he's open-minded. He's an example of what you want to be when you grow up. Not a stupid man baby, but an adult who can still have fun, like a kid. So before I tell you how to pick and choose in anime in sub or dub, let me give you an example of one that I like in both. When I first watched Durarara, it was in dub, because of, reasons. Everybody sounds pretty great in the dub, even Simon, who's supposed to be Russian. They give him an actual Russian accent, not what Japanese people think accents sound like. But the second time around, when I saw it in Japanese, I fell in love with Masaomi's character. In the dub, he was funny-ish, kind of annoying, but in Japanese, he's charismatic, he's smooth, emotional, cool, funny, romantic, manly. I can keep going. It's all in his tone. Now, for Durarara, none of these things for me were a deal breaker. Like, none of these things made me think, wow, because of this anime, I only like dub. Or because of this anime, I only like sub. Because in reality, and get this, why does it even matter? I'm sorry, but if you're a sub purist,
I gotta roast you!
first of all, half of y'all don't even speak Japanese, so don't even tell me that the Japanese sounds more real. Akenashite omedetou gozaimasu to you. That means you're all a bunch of idiots in Japanese. Actually, it doesn't, but didn't it sound more real? And if you're the other half who's like, well, I speak Japanese too, and I think that subs feel more real. No, it doesn't, because follow me on this, anime isn't real. Nobody talks like this in Japan. And the reason why you think dubs sound fake is because it already sounded unrealistic in Japanese. You just thought that because you heard it in Japanese first. What am I doing in my life? So, I have to admit, when it comes to dubs or subs, honestly, I don't choose a side, because I like them all. Heck, I played the Naruto Ninja Storm games in neutral Spanish.
Yo soy el Hokage.
And if you limit yourself to one side, well then, there you go, you limit yourself to just one side. Be open-minded. Gosh, that's all you gotta do. So I guess, in conclusion, there's no subs for your dubs.
No subs for your dubs?
Well, I don't know what for you.
It's